Hello, hummingbirds. Happy Friday. Happy Friday afternoon. So, welcome to our little mini lesson for today. It's going to be short and sweet, so sit back, relax, and pay close attention to this little mini lesson, okay? So, today we're going to be looking at the three different levels of government. Up until now, we've talked about the three branches. So, over here, as you know, we have the executive branch. And in the blue, we have the legislative branch. And in the green, we have the judicial branch. And as we've seen in the lessons and in the videos this week, each branch has a very specific role, responsibility, and duty in terms of the jobs that they perform. So, starting with the legislative branch, this is the branch that tries to create and write laws. Okay? And then once they've written a law, they send it over to the President of the United States, who is in the executive branch, and he either signs it or says, and vetoes it. And he can pass the law or reject the law that the legislative branch sent to him. Once or if he passes a law, that is where the judicial branch comes into play, where they say that the law that has been passed by the president and written by the legislative branch is either permissible or it's allowed based on our U.S. Constitution, or they say not so quick, not so fast. This is illegal based on our U.S. Constitution, so we're going to have to rewrite the law or throw it out entirely. So that's how each branch is checks and balances each other, and that's what we learned yesterday. But I wanted to look at the three levels of government, okay? So these apply not only to the federal or national level of the United States, they also apply to the state level. And so for us, this would be the state of, richtig, California. And so we have each branch at the state level, and we even have each branch at the local or community level, right? So you'll notice that here we have three separate pictures of people in the executive branch in all three levels. Okay, so I'm going to start at the very bottom, and we're going to work our way up. So the first level is the local level. It's the community level. And most of us live within the city of Los Angeles. And our executive branch in the local level is the mayor, auf Deutsch Bürgermeister, right? So this is the mayor of the city of Los Angeles. His name is Mayor Garcetti. And he really decides and passes laws for the city of Los Angeles. And he's been a very busy man since COVID-19 pandemic started back in March, February of this year. He gets to decide what's best for the city of LA, for its constituents, for its inhabitants. In other words, he gets to decide the laws that apply to the citizens of Los Angeles. Okay? Then, if we work our way up, and then before I go up, in the local level, we have the city council, and we also have our state-appointed judges. Okay? So these are all at the local level. Each branch is present at each level. So looking specifically at the executive branch, if we go up to the state level, we now have our governor, okay? So do you know the governor's name of California? Governor, you may know it, you may not. He's also been a very busy man since February, March of this year. His name is Governor Newsom, Gavin Newsom. And he decides and passes laws that apply to the inhabitants and citizens of the entire state of California, okay? So he has even more authority because his laws and bills apply to millions of people, 40, 50 million people that live in California, whereas Eric Garcetti only writes laws and passes laws for the citizens of Los Angeles, which is still quite a few people, okay? And then at the state level, we have our legislative branch, and those are our state representatives and our state senators. And as we learned in the video, California has 2 state senators like every other U.S. state, and they have many representatives from different parts of the state of California. And in the judicial branch, there's the state Supreme Court as well. And then the last level, the highest level of government, is the national or federal level. And in the executive branch, that is President Donald J. Trump. who is in this picture, he's holding a mask, and this was during the debate, and he was making fun of his opponent, Joe Biden, for wearing masks all the time. And 2 days after this picture was taken, he contracted the coronavirus. So I just thought that that picture was timely. It was fitting to current events. So in the executive branch, the president is the man in the executive branch, and he decides, he passes laws and bills that apply to every single citizen in the United States, which is roughly 350 million people, okay? So you can see that Mayor Garcetti, his laws and bills applies to Los Angeles. Governor Newsom, that applies to the state of California and California citizens. And then President Trump, where it applies to the entire United States population, okay? One thing I was going to mention is that if you think about our school, it also works very much like this presentation. So if we had a class president, if we had a president or a student in class that was the president of class, like some schools do, that would be the mayor, okay? Well, who's the governor of the hummingbirds? So there's actually two governors. That's both Frau Luther and myself. And then lastly, we have the president. And so the president of the school could be considered the principal, which is Miss Jones, or Dr. Jones as the executive director, okay? So 3 levels of government is what you need to know. There's the local level, there's the state level, there's the federal level, and then there's the 3 branches. And each branch is present in each level of government. So we're going to touch on this a little bit more later on, but I just wanted to introduce this to you in a easy, hopefully non-confusing way. So take a look at this presentation. I'm going to upload it to the assignment as well, and be sure to watch the video here, which you're doing right now. So anyways, have a wonderful weekend. I hope that this wasn't too long, and I will see you all on Monday. Tschüss, auf Wiedersehen, schönes Wochenende und bis Montag.